Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the HollingsWorthless program. This will be for Wednesday, September 4th. As always, I am your host, Big RSJ Hollingsworth, and we have the philanthropist, a.k.a. the mascot, a.k.a. Phyllis Diller, a.k.a. philanthropic, a.k.a.
Jonah Phil, a.k.a. Philly Ray Cyrus, a.k.a. Phil Clinton,
a.k.a. Felicia Keys.
Alicia Keys, a.k.a. Philvis Presley. Yeah, what up? Blah, 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 blah.
And we are, so Phil is, goddamn emails come through when I'm doing this, and I can't figure out how to turn that notification off. Anyways.
Oh, poor Jay, so popular. I can't
So you'll hear that.
So many people are just sending me mail all the time.
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish.
Primarily
Speaking of
what?
mail,
It's just
speaking
all
of mail,
from...
did we get mail? You didn't check. You haven't
Look,
checked
Jay.
yet.
Look, we're just letting them stockpile. We're letting them stockpile,
Yeah.
baby. We need a few more before we really start breaking down some stuff. It was the weekend, mailbag's a little light this week. Let's just put it that way.
So you haven't checked. That's cool. So we are currently 3 weeks out. So if this video doesn't go up, Phil just mouthed to me, we didn't get any on the Skype. Actually, I'm going to put this out to the listeners real quick. So Phil and I, currently we record the podcast. He's in Seattle. I'm wherever I'm at on the road. Oh no, what's wrong? Phil something major just happened. Oh, he doesn't have his headphones in. He's plugging in his headphones now. Are you okay? It should be fine. What's wrong, Phil? You're an
As
idiot.
long as that's why it sounded so different and weird. I guess as
idiot.
long as my mic didn't pick up your voice, there should be no echo. If there was an echo for the first couple minutes, I'm very sorry. But
okay, so
anyways,
as I was saying, that actually this is perfect. So this gets into Phil. When Phil and I talked about, we want to bring the old gang back together again, the dynamic duo, Fat Man and Rob Phil.
Rob Phil.
Anyways,
Kardashian.
Phil.
Oh, Robin Big.
Oh God. Anyways,
Okay.
Jesus.
Sorry.
So Phil is in Seattle, and I'm wherever I'm at the time, and we do it via Skype, so we can see each other while recording. Now we record the Skypes, and we haven't put any up yet, because last time when we had who was our guest with us last time?
Last week we had Kane Holloway.
Yeah, and it was the screen was off a little bit. So anybody listening to this, if you know of a way that we can, if there's a software that's out there, podcasting software or something that will record both the screens and split screen it for you automatically, that'd be great. Let us know. So the way we do it right now is Phil's
Jay,
on
would you
Skype.
would you be willing to throw him a little swag or something if somebody can come up with something good for us, a good solution?
Like if they direct me to like a place where I have to pay like $500 for the software, that'd be great.
I'm saying if something works out to where we actually end up using it, maybe we could send him
I'll give him a shout out.
A shout out. Okay, that's cool.
And Phil will give him. Yeah, you want to send him something, Phil? It sounds like you want to send him something. So
sure,
what do you want to send him?
I got a box of cereal in my
Send him that
pantry.
poster behind you.
Yeah, okay. I'll send him a signed poster of me, a juggling poster of me.
There you go. Perfect. See? There we go. We are currently...
I had no problem sending swag, Jay. Oh, it's weird that you did.
Great. I can't wait.
That's how giving I am to our fans.
Oh, God. Please, everybody, request swag from Phil.
Oh, no. Anyway.
So we're currently about 3 weeks out from Big Pine Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
And we got a special. So we're gonna be doing a taping of the HollingsWorthless at the festival on Wednesday, that week. But
September
also,
18th.
Yes. Also, we're looking at possibly doing. And I didn't tell you this, Phil, but we're gonna do. I told you part of this. We're gonna do a haunted HollingsWorthless probably in Flagstaff that night. So I've been looking at. There's like three.
I did not know.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that until this moment.
Oh, okay. So I talked to Sean about it too. So there's the Weatherly. Is it the Weatherly Hill or Weatherby? Weatherford. There's a hotel called the Weatherford and the Monte Vista. There's 2 hotels there in Flagstaff that are supposed to be really haunted. There's also a hotel, I think it's called the Jerome Hotel in Jerome, Arizona, but it was an insane asylum that they've turned into a hotel that supposedly is hella haunted.
Oh, shit.
And so these are all options I'm looking into tonight, looking into currently. I'm waiting to hear back from Sean tonight as far as if he 100% is able to come out for that. Also,
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, can I just say that I feel like you would love it if this could be like a cool comedian haunted podcast. But what I think is so funny is we are just too stupid to actually be any kind of a ghost expertise. And I know there's other like kind of comic haunted podcasts out there, but I feel like they actually try to back it up with some kind of knowledge, and we're just like, fuck it, let's see what happens. We're scared.
I don't know, like the Queen Mary one, we did a lot of ghost stories on the podcast and did a lot of research on the Queen Mary and talked about that. So once I get it set where we know we're going to be, we'll do that. We'll part of the podcast will be us like telling stories of that, what happened there, why is it supposedly haunted.
Well, I'll stay stupid. I'd rather be stupid.
I mean, technically, we're just a pair of normal guys.
Boo.
So
I thought boo.
Oh, God. You're the worst. I thought I had mentioned that to you that we might do that, but because I was going to say there's also a second part. So the Halloween weekend, I'm going to be in Richland, Washington at Joker's.
Nice.
And Manny is going to be featuring for me, and I was going to see if you wanted to come out to Richland, and we'll do a podcast out there and also see about if there's any haunted shit out there.
So does that mean we're scratching the Harvey's thing?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Or we might even add that as a different one.
When were you going to be there? I forget now.
Well, originally I was talking to Harvey's, and they were. I was telling them I was trying to do the weekend before or after Halloween, but then my date got moved up.
Gotcha.
And so they said though we could, and we can figure it out maybe
whenever
at a later
we want
date.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
One.
I'm sure there's plenty of haunted shit out in the Tri-Cities area.
Yeah, and the Flagstaff one is like supposedly crazy.
Great. I like it.
So, but are you down to come out to Richland?
On Halloween weekend?
Yeah. And you'll crash in my room. You can just stay in my room.
I mean, that sounds scary enough, so.
Why?
Huh? Because you're like a big white ghost. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Well, you probably are ghost-like or something. I don't know. I don't know, fuck.
Oh, man. All right.
You ghost people?
So any listeners, we can put that out there too. Like if they, as far as the Flagstaff one, if anyone has any knowledge of the 2 different hotels there in Flagstaff, if one they think is more haunted than the other. I've heard like a strong argument for either one being really haunted. So, but that's the plan right now. I'm gonna probably tonight reserve a room for that night. So we'll bring the Ouija board. We'll try and get a demon in you again. Hopefully you'll cry.
I love it.
I don't like this. Remember
that? Should I get overly intoxicated again too?
Yeah. There will be a lot of booze and marijuana probably there.
Yeah. And Phil can turn into a jerk.
The Clown Motel one is the worst.
With Ken. Good old Kenny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Anyways, so that's, I just wanted to put that out there. And what did you do this week, Phil?
Oh, well, for my Labor Day weekend, Jay, for the big old Labor Day.
Yes.
I went up here in the Great Northwest. We have something that I grew up with in my hometown of...
Pedophilia?
Nope,
What?
that's not it. In the hometown of Puyallup, Washington, we have something called the Puyallup Fair. And now it's known as the Western Washington State, or the Washington State Fair. So I went down there and tried a little slider burger competition.
Oh, yeah, I saw a couple of your posts.
Ate me some sliders.
How many did you have?
So there was 10. I thought there was 12, but there was 10. And there was 2 competitions. One was for like just best kind of fair burger, original classic style. And then the other one was like creative like burger slider competition. So that's the one I tried. And I ended up trying all 5. After 5, I was wiped out though, because it was a lot of food. But the first one I tried was like this pizza slider. And it was so good. It was a company that actually owns a pizza company in downtown Puyallup, but their bread was what they use as their cheesy bread, but they made specific slider buns for the slider of cheesy bread, and then they took their homemade meatballs, but they like squished them into like a patty style, and then put pepperoni on it, mozzarella and marinara sauce, and fucking I just
was that your number one?
Yeah, it won by far. And then I went back to the fair yesterday, and I actually went to stop by there last night to try to get just a slice of pizza, and they were already closed down, but the owner lady was still there, and she told me that they because I voted for them, and they ended up winning the competition for best slider. So she was like, "Oh, I'm glad I got to see you again, because I can tell you that we won and everything." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And they're gonna get a write up and or like a little segment on like a local news story and everything for it. So yeah, they were like. It was funny because I was, not shy about telling each place that I was going to that I'm,
that they were your favorite.
Yeah, that I was specifically there for it. And I remember one of the places was like, "Oh, you're gonna vote us number one. Let me show you," and that was a bacon place, and the dude like put like huge strips of bacon all over the sandwich. He was like, "Shh," he wasn't doing it for everybody, and I was like, "You didn't get my vote, but thank you for trying extra hard."
Dude, there's a place in Pasadena Sean and I have gone to. I think it's called like Melted or Melt It or something like that. So it's their big thing is grilled cheese and tomato soup, right? All that,
right.
It's great on like Texas toast, real thick. But what they have for dessert, they have deep fried peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Oh, that sounds
Oh
great.
my God. They also have deep fried Oreos and other stuff, but the PB&J is, it's amazing.
It's just so melty.
Yeah.
What kind of peanut butter do they use? Crunchy, creamy?
I think creamy.
Yeah. You like it when it's creamy?
You like it crunchy?
I love crunchy peanut butter. That's the best peanut butter. It's the
like
only
Adams?
kind of peanut butter. Adams crunchy peanut butter. My number one favorite peanut butter in the entire world. I have a Costco size of it in my fridge right now.
Adams right now.
Yes. I have a Costco.
And why is it in your fridge?
You disgust me because my buddy has the same
you don't
thing.
Put peanut butter in the fridge.
You idiots! This is why I think this is why Adams probably gets a
week.
Yeah, you are. No, anybody that
concrete.
keeps
You put it in the fridge, it's concrete.
Sure, yeah, great. And I'll tell you why you should.
Can I keep interrupting you and driving you crazy?
It does drive me crazy. I didn't realize how many people are stupid. Why, I do realize, but when it comes to peanut butter, they're peanut butter stupid. So
you're crazy.
No, I'm not. I'm smart.
No, I'm not.
Look, when you buy natural separated peanut butter, when the oil separates,
that gross stuff.
No,
right?
the best stuff. You have to sit there and stir it. And yes, it's annoying. But you sit there and stir it one time. And then you put it in the motherfucking fridge.
Never.
Yes, because what happens is that now that you did the hard work and stirred it, it sits there and it will harden.
Becomes cement.
Yeah, sure, call it cement, but it really won't actually if you've ever tried it.
I have tried it.
You big dummy. No, because for a while it stays pretty workable. If it happens to get a little hard on you, we both. Yeah, if it happens to get a little hard,
not on me.
then all you have to do is take it out of the fridge for about, 5 minutes, and it will soften right up. And I don't know. Guess what? Adams comes in a glass jar, glass container, or even if it's plastic, you can put it in the fucking microwave for a few seconds, and it will get soft immediately for you.
Dude, you know what's
never
dope,
have
though?
to sit there and stir. That's why I think people complain about it. Because they're like, I have to stir it every time. Well, that's because you're stupid.
You know what else is dope is you can get a bottle of Jif Crunchy, and you can open it and just spread it, and then you can put it in the cabinet. And when you're ready for it, you don't have to wait 5 minutes.
Here's why
you
I
can
don't
just
like.
Spread it again.
Yeah, but Jif is shit. Skippy is shit, and the reason why is because there's sugar in it. I don't want sweet peanut butter. I want nice, salty, savory peanut butter. And I want a little oil. I'd want that little bit of an oily taste to it.
Ugh.
It's great.
So that's your worthless of the week is Adam's peanut butter?
Yeah. No. That's like one of the staple things that I eat. I will grab just a pickle out of the fridge and peanut butter.
Hold on. A sour or sweet pickle?
A dill pickle. I will grab a dill pickle out of the fridge. I'll put it in a bowl, and
this
I'll take
might be the whitest thing you've ever said.
and I'll take like 2 scoops of peanut butter and put it in the bowl, and I will just like take a bite off the pickle and take a little bit of peanut butter and eat it at the same time together. It's a delicious snack. It's great. But see, it has to be the salty peanut butter though, because if you get that sweet fucking peanut butter, that's a weird. It's not going to be as good.
Yeah, that makes it weird.
Also, just like I'll just eat peanut butter by itself. So I'll just take a couple scoops of peanut butter and just eat it by itself.
That's good.
Or an apple. I'll slice up an apple and have some peanut butter with my apple.
Apple and Jif, right?
With the Adams. Speak about apples. I'll take applesauce and put it on macaroni and cheese. You ever do that?
Wait. You're just making stuff up.
I swear to God, my great grandpa used to do this. He would.
Did he die?
Yeah, he did die.
From this?
I don't know. 96 years old. I think it was old age, Jay. My great grandma used to make macaroni and cheese, homemade macaroni and cheese, and she put like a nice little grilled onion on top, cut up grilled onions, and then she would have homemade applesauce, and she would scoop up your macaroni and cheese and put applesauce right over the top of it, and it was so good. I mean, come on, haven't you ever heard of people having like a slice of cheese on their apple pie?
No.
Well, it's a thing.
Cheese and apples, though.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the difference? Ugh.
Applesauce and mac and cheese.
You make
that
me
sounds
sick.
Disgusting.
It's good. It's good. People back me up on this. Pickles and peanut butter, applesauce and mac and cheese.
I want people to. I will say this though. This
Delicious.
is how white trash. I was thinking about this the other day about stuff my grandmother would make me when I was a kid that I loved. One was peanut butter and sweet pickle sandwiches.
Oh, see, I couldn't do sweet pickle.
Now here's the real white trash. I'm not a fan of mayonnaise. I never done mayonnaise.
Yeah.
She would make us sandwiches that were Miracle Whip, Velveeta slice of cheese, and sweet pickles.
Wait, where's the meat?
No, that's it.
Yeah. Cheese sandwich.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. Yeah.
A lot of times she used to call a lot of this stuff hospital food.
Yeah,
it's just hospital food.
I remember like we would have bologna when I was a kid. You know, poor people food, and yeah, phony bologna, and I couldn't do it. It's disgusting. Bologna is disgusting. I would refuse to eat it.
Have you ever had Spam?
I'll eat Spam, but I'll only eat it fried. I only eat Spam if it's cooked. I can't do it if it's not cooked.
Yeah, I think I'd vomit if it wasn't cooked. My grandmother used to make like this barbecued Spam. Now that I think about it, I think we just ate a lot of poor people stuff.
Yeah. I remember when I was
young
and we had like if we were going somewhere in the evening, like, you know, a soccer practice or something like that, my mom would make us a quick dinner, and this was dinner, but, you know, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, whatever, you know, this is what I'm given, so I'll eat it. She would take hot dogs and roll a slice of a Kraft single around the hot dog, and then put that into a tortilla and roll up the tortilla and put a toothpick through it and throw it in the microwave for like 45 seconds and be like, here you go, here's your dinner.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I get it.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's whatever. No, I mean, you know, hey, working parents got to do what they got to do to feed their kids. But looking back on it now, you're like, oh, yeah, we were kind of shit. We were fed shit.
You're white trash.
Yeah, but it's okay. A lot of Hamburger Helper and all that kind of stuff too.
Dude, Hamburger Helper, when I was growing up, if my dad made Hamburger Helper, I was like, oh, whoa, fancy. It was just like, is the president coming?
Wow, there's 5 cheeses in this?
Dude, I used to love Hamburger Helper.
Hamburger, yeah, there was some good ones. I did like it was either 4 or 5 cheese something, you know, ziti or something, and you're like, oh, what is these noodles?
Zesty Italian.
Some fucking ground beef. Yeah,
it's the best.
Yeah, zesty Italian. But what's funny is looking back on, I've never once ever have gone and made Hamburger Helper for myself just because I'm like, that sounds great.
I think I might have like a couple times in my 30s. Oh God, I'm so old.
I should though. Because it's a meal. It's better than eating a sleeve of Ritz and fucking easy cheese that I do now sometimes for dinner, or a whole box of cereal and milk.
All right, what's your most disgusting? Like, I have a few like quirky things that I think are
food combos.
Good. Yeah, I'll give you one off the top.
Okay.
Pizza, cold pizza or heated, but I think it's almost better with cold pizza, specifically with Yoshida's teriyaki sauce.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking weird. A teriyaki sauce with pizza? Does it have to be a certain kind of pizza or any cold pizza?
Well, it was like pepperoni or pepperoni and bacon. Okay. So I don't know how it would do with, anything else.
Yeah.
But teriyaki sauce, the Yoshida's specifically.
I'll say, I got some pretty gross things that I do, but it's not necessarily that I mix it, but I will just go straight to the fridge and just take out the can of Parmesan cheese, and I will just pour like a fucking mountain right into my hand, like Tony Montana sized mountain of Parmesan, and then just fucking chuck it into my mouth.
The powder?
Yes. And then just fucking just.
Where'd that come from?
Oh, I just love that shit. It's just so good. And I used to eat it with the Adam's peanut butter. So I would mix the Parmesan cheese with the Adam's peanut butter. And I don't know why, I would like that fucking combination, but I don't do that so much anymore. But yeah, I would mix the Parmesan cheese and the peanut butter together, and I would like that comboed up. But yeah, it's pretty weird. I just love fucking. I love
like,
salt.
Yeah, don't we all? You're like, I like Adams because it's all, it's like natural and real. And you're like, but I love Parmesan processed grated cheese.
Yes.
And then I like to mix them.
Yeah.
Oh. Have you had the popcorn and Junior Mints?
What?
I tried it.
No, that sounds. I get it because it's chocolate, and when it's salty and sweet, it melts.
The best salty sweet combo:
the
Lay's potato chips. Lay's potato chips covered in milk chocolate. Oh my god!
Just original style.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that or had that. So
goddamn good. All right, it's becoming a food podcast.
I know.
Anyways.
I know.
So you went to the fair, did all that stuff.
Yes. Yep, and I took my little cousin out school shopping, back to school shopping. He's a little, I did show. He was all showing me his favorite podcast, over the weekend, which was a little nerdy, whatever. He's a little nerdy, I won't lie, but in in his own way, which is cool. Like he loves his anime and all that. But yeah, I don't know if it goes hand in hand, but he likes wearing sweats a lot.
Yeah, he's definitely your nephew.
Every day. My point is I showed him a clip of our podcast, and so now if he looks it up if he hears to listen, I don't want him to hear me hating on him or anything, but he likes to be comfortable when he goes to school. I just don't want him to be...
Is he a middle-aged man?
Yeah, I don't want him to be like the
How old
sweatpants kid. He's going into 10th grade, and so...
Okay, so what's that, 13?
No, he's 15. He's almost... He'll be 16, yeah, after the new year, but... So I was trying to, up his style game a little bit, take out the older cousin. And,
did you call someone else in?
No, Jay. I'm the expert on style, baby.
Dude, I remember in high school, I think my freshman year, for a full year, I wore a baseball cap every day.
Yeah, I always was into doing my hair. I would never wear a hat. I mean, I would only wear a hat if I
wish you were into doing it today.
Feeling like a piece of shit. Hey, I got to wear a fucking hard hat to work. I don't do my hair now that I do construction.
How long is it? Are you going to
my
get
hair's
it cut
pretty
anytime
long,
soon?
dude. It goes down to my
Jesus
nose. No, I'm thinking about. I want to do Bradley Cooper style hair. I want to let it grow out and then just go back with it.
When it's down there, you look like Superman's alter ego, Clark Dent's.
I hate it. You're dense.
Jesus.
What? I did the same joke.
You're dense. So you took him shopping. Is he good to go now?
I think he's looking pretty sharp. Yeah, he used to hate jeans, but I found him some good pair of Levi's, and his parents came home, or we went home and his parents were there, and I pulled the jeans out of the bag. They're like, "You bought him jeans? He's gonna wear jeans?" I was like, "Yeah, I think so. Just take somebody with a little fashion sense to know which product to buy. The right product."
I would love it if he only wore the jeans in gym class.
Yeah, I hope he puts on the clothes that we bought him. He doesn't just resort back to the sweats, but that'll be up to him. So we'll see.
What's his name?
Xavier.
Dope name.
Yeah, call him X-Man.
Yeah. I was going to ask you if you had any more Phil Fox dating advice.
Oh, good call, Jay. Put me on the spot here, buddy. Put me on the spot.
Can you hear they're vacuuming up top?
I can. Yeah, I can. Hopefully nobody else can.
Yeah, hopefully
I can hear the vacuum. I was gonna.
Actually, it doesn't look like it's picking up on the mic here.
I was gonna say I wrote a new bit this week. We could do.
We're doing a bit about a bit.
You want to do that?
A bit about a bit. A bit about a bit. A bit about a bit. A bit about a bit.
Well, let's officially get into it, Jay. A bit about a bit. A bit about a bit. A bit about a bit. About a bit. About a bit. All right.
Great. While you're doing that, I'm looking up to see if I have any that I. Go ahead though.
Okay, so I was hanging at a little social gathering this weekend, and
right.
Some people were talking about how this girl was at a wedding, and my buddy was there. I should just say,
look behind you. Look over your left shoulder. Your other one. Look on the monitor. Oh, it's gone now. There's a little. Oh, there it is. Up against the wall.
Yeah.
Do you see it?
The light?
Do you see that? Yeah. The thing moving?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a ghost. All right.
Okay. Anyways, so she apparently was kind of whorish, and
Who was this?
This was like the sister or cousin or something of the bride, and
okay.
my buddy Jim is his name, a good buddy of mine. I might reference him more on this pod from now on because he's a crazy guy. I don't know. Anyway, he's got a lot of crazy stories. It's not Bill. This is a real guy. My buddy Jim. Bill's a real guy too.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so Jim was at the wedding, and this girl was kind of all over him, but the bride was asking him not to hook up with her because she is crazy, and all the other dudes that were there were like, dude, you should totally hook up with her because she's hot. But I guess they were like saying there was like some like she's had some AIDS scares and shit like that, like Hep C scares and all this kind of stuff. But he didn't know. Nobody knew that this is what was going on with this chick. And so
Jesus.
Yeah. And so anyway,
an AIDS scare.
Like she would. I guess
that mean she has HIV?
No, just like call up crying and, saying that she has so much unprotected sex and stuff. And then she'd have to go get tested and wait for the results and just like be scared a lot of the times. But anyway, so here's where the bit comes in. So I was just thinking.
Is this an AIDS joke?
I was just thinking, at what point does the threshold of hotness to possibly have AIDS come into where you're like, I think I'll still take the risk.
Oh my God.
She's hot enough to where it's worth it.
Oh, Jesus. Without a condom?
I mean, if that's her MO, then you would have to, I think there's a scale there, right?
What's the girl? Who's the girl for you?
So let's go back to that game, huh? So if you're a fantasy woman, right? If it was your fantasy woman and she was like, I don't know if I have AIDS or not, but but whether I do or not, you're gonna fuck me and you're gonna fuck me without a condom. Would you say yes?
Yeah, that's my question to you.
That's my question to you now.
No. Who's your girl that you would?
Wow, you're right. When though, going into it, it makes it a lot tougher.
Well, here, we'll do it two different ways. She says, I don't know. Maybe I do.
No, I know. So you're gambling, but it's...
I'm saying the girl tells you, I don't know, I may or I may not. And then we'll do it. The girl tells you, I definitely do.
Okay, I do have one follow-up question. Is this the only time we ever get to bone?
Yes. Well, no. Here, I'll put it this way. Whether you do or do not do it tonight will dictate if you ever will get to again.
Oh.
So, like, if you say no tonight, it'll never be offered again, even once.
Yeah, if she says I don't know, in that case, I would do it.
And who would that girl be, though?
Ooh, man.
There's this so isn't just any girl. She has to be like...
I know. There's so many lookers out there, Jay. So many lookers.
You've hired lookers before.
I think
right?
I think Miley Cyrus.
You know you're joking.
Why?
Because she definitely has. No.
God, she's so. She's hot? Oh my God, yes. She's so hot. Plus, if you want to just talk about the whole package, I think her personality is so cool too. The only thing I think is her problem is that she's been rich for too long, and I think she probably is pretty hoity-toity snobby. But I think if you were like, if she could get you, or if you had a chance for her to get you, then I think it would be pretty cool. I think she would be worth it.
Dude, did you see...
I hate that we're saying, yeah, she would be worth AIDS. It's terrible. But my point is, I think... I don't know. I think that might be a thing, right?
Oh, man. Okay, so...
Would you?
What?
Would you?
Not with Miley.
No, but you're the hottest Halle Berry, or whoever the hottest chick is.
Dude, I don't know if this would be her, but I just want to give respect to. Did you see Selma Hayek's picture that she posted?
No.
She posted a picture like the other day. She's turning 53.
Wow.
And dude, this picture, I'll put her up against anybody, any age right now. She looks amazing. She was always like my crush. Let me see here. I'll see if you can see it through this. Dude, this picture is ridiculous.
Can you share it through Skype?
I'm going to... Oh.
Share the picture through Skype, Jay.
Let me see.
We're using this podcast is 22nd century, bitches. What are you going to say at December, January 1 of next year? Are you going to say 2020 or are you going to say 2020?
2020. Can you see that?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. She looks
That's just
not
dude, that's
53.
nothing though. Like you got to see the full picture. I was like, "Oh my god." I think I got it here. 1 sec. This is great. There it is.
Let's see this picture. There you go, right there. Yeah. Wow. Yeah,
Dude.
that's incredible.
She's 53.
Good for her. Good for Salma Hayek. Yeah, this is on her Instagram. Go check out her Instagram and be very impressed with
53.
how a person can age so well. Yeah, that's great. That's incredible. I mean, do you think they're doctored at all? Do you think they're photoshopped?
I don't know. I don't even. No. They were saying on one they don't think it was. Not too much. Jesus, dude. Okay.
Yeah, she looks great. That's Salma Hayek, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Okay, so same scenario, but the girl tells you, "Hey, I 100% do have it. I'm on meds. You know,
and you can't strap up. You're not wrapping it up.
No.
You just got to raw dog it.
Yeah. You got to Cookie Johnson it. Magic Johnson's wife."
I mean, if it was completely my... if it was completely... I'm just saying, if it was completely my dream girl...
Yeah.
And she wanted to get married... and we would just bone each other for the rest of our life.
And we just
then,
what?
Yeah, I mean, if it would be my true love and everything, fuck it, yeah, I'll do it.
Man,
I mean, I will die for love, man. I will die for love, Jay.
You know, I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Man, I'd die for some meatloaf right now.
Jesus Christ. Oh, God. So that's your bit though, is what would you be willing?
I just, I noticed that it made everybody laugh at the campfire I was at, and then I was just thinking, let's write this premise down. But I mean, I feel like an educated, articulate person could probably talk about it, but I don't know how I would turn it into a bit exactly. But
I think if you're laughing as you're saying it because of like just the absurdity of it,
right?
And then and you could also expand on it at like the different stages, like that chick's not hot enough for AIDS, but gonorrhea.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right.
Her cold sore. She's like a 6, maybe a cold sore.
Or I was thinking, do you not even use AIDS? Do you use a lesser disease to even start off with? Because AIDS is such a hot topic. Yeah. What's the hotness ratio to what you'd be willing to? Contract.
She's herpes hot. She's gonorrhea hot.
Yeah.
And you could do it that way. Start low, and then you could be like for me, Miley Cyrus. That's my dream. I'm like she's AIDS hot.
That's good.
See, there you go.
You're looking at the creation of comedy right here, people listening to it, not looking at it. But
maybe if we get this video up, we'll see. I got a closing to a joke that I've had for a while. My joke about, and I did it at this mic. I want to try it too. I tried it one way to the last night. I want to try it a different way tonight. Do you know my joke about female monsters?
I don't
female
think
monster
so.
movies. So the whole premise is that I usually will start off getting into it saying like when women's libs started, they started changing pop culture. Like they started making monster movies where the monsters were female. But if you look at those movies, like those female monsters, they didn't have any like monster powers. It was just all about them being female. Mm-hmm. Like they had Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. That's just a huge woman. They had the Bride of Frankenstein. That's just a wife. I list a few more. I'm like Carrie. That's just a chick on her period.
Oh no!
But the way I've been ending it, as I would say, they eventually had monsters that were monster movies that were terrifying to women, Friday the 13th and Halloween. And the reason those monsters specifically were so terrifying to women is because those monsters would never talk. And I would say, like, I don't even think they were really bad guys. I think they were just a little shy. And then some girl's like, why don't you fucking say something? And he just heard, so I would do that. But what I've added now is I'd say the most terrifying of all the monster movies to women was Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street. And that's because for so long, women have been saying, I just want to meet the man of my dreams. And when they finally do, he's bald, dresses like shit, has skin problems, And that ending did okay, but I want to try it by saying when they meet the man of their dreams, he's literally a monster, and just see if that's any better. Because, but I mean, it's funny to me, the bad skin and all that other shit.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I mean, if I was just thinking when you said it, you could throw it back at them too and be like, "Oh, what, is that not good enough for you? Your standards are that high, You need to lower your standards."
Yeah.
So I don't know. But.
No, I got you. So that's our bit about a bit.
Yeah. Why can't? What's wrong with Freddy? Like what if he has a really good heart?
But also, I mean, he had a job. He worked at the school.
Yeah, exactly. He worked at the school. That's so fucked.
Probably good benefits.
Right. He was friendly to kids.
Yeah. If you can just get past the sweater and the bad skin and being bald.
And pedophilia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Way to ruin it.
Bit about a bit. All right, we got a segment in there today.
You never mentioned though if you had any dating tips this week.
Jay, that's why we did bit about a bit. I don't have any dating tips. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I don't. Okay, you got to give me.
You don't like the pressure.
Here's what I hear. Let's announce something. Look, we're always trying to make this podcast better. We're doing the best we can, which still doesn't come up very great, but we're third rate. We're third rate around here. But
out of 2.
Yeah, exactly. But I will say here, just for the listeners' sake,
yes,
let's start texting each other during the week about topics that we want to go over. Are you cool with that?
That sounds great.
I'm saying this on the podcast to hold us both accountable.
Yeah, and also, I thought you were going to also throw it out to the audience if they had a segment they wanted us to do or something they wanted us to do.
Sure, and if they do want us to do a segment, or if they want us to talk about something specific or debate something or tell us a crazy story of their own that we could talk about, or if you want to get anything off your chest, maybe you've been harboring something, harboring
Harvard is
something
not where you're
haunting in your soul that you want to tell somebody. Why don't you tell us? And you can tell us by sending us an email to hwppod@gmail.com. That's hwppod@gmail.com. And we'll read it right here on the podcast.
Yeah, except for the one you didn't.
Well, yeah, but I corresponded. I corresponded with them.
Oh, did you email?
I did. Yeah, and it was very evident that they were being sarcastic with the email, but I still felt like for other listeners out there that might be new, that that are like, wow, this guy's a dick.
Animal.
Yeah. I thought it was good to explain, but yeah.
Here, I
got
something for you, Phil. Since since you didn't come through with Phil's dating advice.
Oh, sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry.
What do you think is the best gift you've ever given, or most romantic gift you've ever given in a relationship? And what's the most best one ever given to you?
I think the most romantic gift I've ever given was
I want to break up.
6 inches of paradise down and below my waistline. You know what I'm saying?
You did a threesome?
Huh?
You brought in another guy that had 4 more inches than you?
The best gift I've ever given. Probably was one gift on Christmas that they got to use again on Valentine's Day.
And that was a gift you gave, but it was romantic for you because you didn't have to give a second gift.
Yeah, that's right. No, you know what? I'll tell you.
Did you ever for real do that?
Yeah, I did. I really did. Yeah,
With who,
it was
Sam?
No, I told you it was my high school sweetheart. But I'll tell you, yeah. So along those lines, this was my most romantic gift ever. It was Valentine's Day, and this is the same person from high school, and I wanted to just, show her the moon. I was such a hopeless romantic back then, and so what I did was I found out her favorite dinner, and I cooked it at home that evening. It was Swiss steak, so I made Swiss steak, with mushrooms, sauteed mushrooms, and the steak with a nice, like, fucking, I don't know, wine reduction or some shit that went with it for sauce. And, the accoutrement, the side dishes that went with everything. And I went and bought candles, and I wanted to set up, like this nice candlelit dinner somewhere romantic. I was living at home still at the time, so I couldn't set it up at home. So I went to my my old elementary school, and I set up underneath a little awning. I set up this folding table and folding chairs. I put a tablecloth over the table, put the candles on the table, and set out all the dinner. And I had picked her up. I had all this stuff in the car, but I went to go pick her up, and I put a blindfold on her. I said, "You can't see where we're going."
Her up.
Yeah. And we went to. I drove her to the school. I said, "Stay in the car while I bury this hole over here." Yeah. No, I said, "Stay in the car. I'm gonna go. I'll be right back." And I set up everything real quick, and then I went and got her, and I had the candles lit and everything, and I brought her out and took off the blindfold, and she saw this beautiful candlelit dinner that I made her. We sat down and we ate this nice dinner, and
this was inside the school?
No, it was out in the playground area, under an awning.
I wish somebody would have just been like, "Hey, get out of here!"
Yeah, no, it was dark. It was, it was my school, but my elementary school was kind of in a rural neighborhood, so it wasn't a rural neighborhood. Isn't that how you say that?
Rural.
Rural? How do you say it? Rural.
It was in a rural area.
It was a rural area. Okay. Whatever. Well, anyway. So there wasn't like any traffic or anything, and so we had a nice dinner, undisturbed, and then we went and fucked on the playground.
If you would have got caught, that's a sex offense.
Is it really?
I heard if you get caught like just peeing, if you like are caught peeing within a certain
after
distance
school
of a
hours,
school,
even.
I think it's within. I think it's the distance within.
We
a
allegedly
school.
fucked on the playground. We didn't. I mean, who knows if we really did?
Yeah, she was allegedly over 18.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you've never had slide sex before, you got to have some slide sex, because you got to slide in there.
I've had some slider sex. Some really good sandwiches.
Yeah, making love to the slider. Yeah, and I unfortunately I can't say that I've ever had sex on a swing, but that would be pretty sweet. Swing sex. Yeah, you can really hit that pendulum. Hit that pendulum pussy.
What the fuck are you saying?
I don't know. Anyway, that was I don't know. I think that was really cool. I mean,
wait. First, wouldn't a pendulum pussy be a dick? There's a pendulum.
Yeah, that oversized clitoris. I don't know.
Jesus. Oh God. All right.
Real dirty today, but yeah, no. Yeah, it was real sweet. I think it was real romantic. That was, I think, as far as putting like effort and thought into it. I've done that once before. After that time, I did the whole dinner candlelit thing, but I was in my apartment. And then even for that, I did like rose petals leading from the table to the bedroom and everything. And you know,
what was the most romantic thing you did for Sam?
Probably
we're still here. By the way, people listening, we're still here.
What?
It was just dead air there for a second.
Oh. I'm just thinking about it. You know, probably. Well, not necessarily did for, because I guess we paid half, but went to the Great American Beer Festival. Probably. I don't know. I don't know, man. We weren't super romantic together, but. I mean, this is my ex now that we're talking about, but yeah, I don't know. We were together for so long and I just can't really think of anything.
Dude, I was listening to
super romantic
old podcast we did with Tony Rock when you first met her or you first fell in love with her or whatever.
Yeah.
And do you remember him just going, yeah, that shit won't last?
Yeah.
And you're like, come on.
Yeah, I've been real rough. I was just like, I think I fell in love with this girl. You know, I think I'm in love. Nah, that's not going to work out.
All right, let's wrap this up, Philly. Do you have a worthless or worthy of the week?
I'll just say fairs. I have always been a big fan of the fair. The reason I ever started learning how to juggle to begin with was because as a kid, I would go to the fair every year and I would watch the jugglers. There was this duo. Their names was the Gentlemen Jugglers, and they were kind of big at their time as a juggling duo, and they were just so impressive, and I was awe-inspired. I was like, man, if I could do anything in my life as cool as what they're doing right now, I want to do that. And so that was the reason I ever learned how to juggle. That was only because I went to the fair, and everybody's like, oh, the fair, I've been to one fair, I've been to them all. Or they're like, oh, I went to the fair once, I never need to go to another fair again. It's the same thing over and over again. I'm like, yeah, and that's what I want to live that every year. I enjoyed that feeling. I want that feeling every single year. So support.
You know what?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Support your local fair.
You know what I'm going to say is my worthless, and it'll encompass them, is people like that shit on your fun.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is. I love going to movies. I'll go to a movie every night if I could. I think part of it is because it takes me back to like my dad and mom were divorced, so on the weekends we would always go see a movie. So I think in a way it takes me back to my childhood, this and that. And people are like, oh God, it always cracks me up when people just want to shit on your whatever brings you joy.
Rain on your parade.
Yeah. So that's my worthless, is people that just, it's funny too, because like a girl, maybe you ask a girl out and you'd be like, oh, you want to go see a movie? And they'll be like, well, we can't even talk in the movie. And I'm like, yeah. Isn't that awesome? Exactly. It's perfect. What?
Just real quick, to talk about movies. Did you see Good Boys?
Yes.
What did you think?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious. Why? What didn't you like about it?
I don't know. It didn't do much for me. I don't know. Maybe they were too young to connect. I mean, there were certain parts that I'm like, like you chuckle at, but then it's like it's the same shtick over and over again. Like, we get it. They don't know what the sex toys are, and so like they keep
or how to open a pill bottle or whatever. Yeah, I thought that. Right, with the sex toys. I thought though at that ending part when the teacher had them do Rock of Ages and he was on the stage doing I guess spoiler alert about Good Boys, but that should be enough time for somebody to skip ahead. But so he starts doing the coke and shit off of the table, and he's a kid, and all the parents are like, oh my God, and then he goes in the bathroom and fucks some chick, comes out and stabs a pimp, and then the teacher's sitting in the wings and he's like, what a masterpiece, and then just does a bump of coke. And I'm like, man, I feel like that's not far off from the truth. I mean, I've met a lot of teachers, and some of them pretty skeezy.
I saw. What did I see the other night? What's the movie that just came out? Jesus. Oh, Ready or Not.
Oh yeah, what'd you think of that? I haven't seen that yet.
It's fun. It was all right. It was cool.
Yeah,
Kane,
campy.
Yeah, Kane said he liked it, and so I was like, all right, let me go see it. I
I
liked it
like
better than
the
Good
lead
Boys.
actress of that movie.
She reminds me of Harley Quinn.
Sure. Margot Robbie.
Yes, reminds me of her a lot.
She was in Smilf. I really liked her in Smilf. I don't know if you ever watched Smilf.
Mm-mm.
It was a good show on Showtime. It got canceled, but after 3 seasons.
All right.
But any hoodles, yeah, okay, cool.
What do you want to plug?
Stay tuned. You can find me on Instagram. I really would like to make a habit of posting more. I want to do more stuff on my story and shit like that.
One a day, Phil.
Yeah, so follow me if you are following me and you saw my stuff at the fair. Hope you had fun with that. I feel like I should be doing that. If not the podcast, I should be creating at least some kind of content. I did get up on stage this last Friday, so
good.
I'm
maybe we'll throw you a guest spot this weekend.
Woo!
Where I'll be at the Comedy Underground, Seattle, Washington. Seattle Comedy Underground. Manny Martin is featuring, and Phil Fox. I think you said you were going to hang out. Maybe he'll go on stage. Maybe he won't.
You never know. Even better. That would be great. Yeah, but I'm at Like the Animal, so on everything.
And I'm at Big Irish J on everything. And that's it. Thanks, everybody.
And keep staying tuned for Flagstaff, September 18th, Big Pine Comedy Festival. Come out and watch the podcast live if anybody's listening in Phoenix, because I know Jay has met a lot of cool people out in Phoenix. So come watch us, guys. Appreciate it. And that's going to do it for this week. Love you. Bye.